Come on in, pull up a chair and take a load off, because today I am going to be unboxing and taking a first look at Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift from Dragon Dawn Productions. This is a hefty box, and I will be diving into it right after this. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. Happy holidays. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host once again here at the Gaming Gang channel. As I mentioned, I am going to be unboxing and taking a first look at Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift in just a moment. But first, I do want to remind you, if you end up liking this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell, because not only will it let you know when I upload videos such as this, it'll also tell you when my live stream, The Dispatch, airs right here on YouTube, Monday through Thursday nights, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Without further ado, I am going to be taking a look at Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift, which is from Dragon Dawn Productions. Game is designed by Timo Multamäki, David Hladky, Thomas Klausner, and Kevin Wilson, with artwork provided by Matthias Catering, Yair Kassanen, Jamie Noble Fryer, Juha Salmajarvi, and Tanya Latalo. And I guarantee I have mispronounced all of those names. The game is for 1 to 6 players, ages 12 and up. It plays in 1 to 2 hours. It does carry an MSRP of approximately $150, depending on exchange rate. So let's swing on over to the other camera here. Here we've got Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift. This is the revised edition, because I believe this game originally kickstarted back in 2016 or so. So this is a revised edition that has come out. Do you want to mention the fine folks over at Dragon Dawn Productions were kind enough to send me this review copy. Do you want to mention that neither I nor anyone else affiliated with the Gaming Gang has received any other compensation for me to share this with you. So it's important for you to know that. So let's get rid of that shrink wrap. There we go. Take a look at the back of the box. Like I said, this is a heavy box. I would say this box probably weighs approximately 11, 12 pounds. So that's pretty weighty for a board game, that is for sure. So it says, the time for hope is over. Will you dare the abyss of perdition? The dark, unforgiving path through perdition leads to the Abyssal Rift, where the secretive cult of change is summoning a long dormant demon. Should they succeed, the demon aims to end the reign of man. My understanding is this is a cooperative dungeon delve with a Euro-style gameplay. So this is not an American-style rolling a bunch of dice, kind of like D&D sort of dungeon crawl with miniatures. Wow, that took a while to get off there. Jeez. So let's see what we've got inside. We're going to dive on in. So this looks like this is some thank yous to the Kickstarter backers. We've got a rule book here. We've got a scenario. Oh, I thought it was going to be a scenario book. That's scenario sheets. We're going to be taking a look at a lot of this. Got the miniatures. Kind of surprised they're all just kind of tossed into a bag there. That's all right. Looks like we got a lot of them. I think there's almost 50 miniatures grand total. Looks like we got a bunch of decks of cards. Vasectomy? Okay. Enlightenment. Let's see. Go through these, pull these out. Then I'm going to take a guess. Oh, we've got some smaller Euro-sized cards here. Darwinning, which is another game from Dragon Dawn Productions. I actually received a copy of that. We're going to be taking a peek at that in the very near future. So moving those out of the way. And then it looks like we've got a bunch of rondelles, because I think this is how you track your characters, your heroes. So it looks like we've got a couple of those there. Looks like that's a disc that probably goes onto the rondelle. Looks like we've got a scoring sheet, some stickers, more miniatures. This is pretty cool. What I'll do is I will zoom in for us to get a better look at the miniatures. It'll be the last thing we take a look at. But I'll tell you right now, taking a peek at these minis, and you'll get a better look up close. Look like they're pretty well detailed. They should paint up pretty nicely. All right, so it looks like we've got a bunch of different boards, different game boards here. Wow. Let's see. We've got some little tokens. Still got a few of these. There we go. All right, and then underneath, got a punch board. Let's lift that out. Get it that way. Much easier. Okay, slide this back on in. Like I told you, this is just packed with stuff. It's a pretty darn heavy box. Okay, so let me move some of this stuff around here. And we will take our first look. We'll take a look at the rule book. Once I move some of these things around. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So this is the revised edition. So it's going to show us the components. So each hero is going to get a hero sheet, hit point marker, a hero peg. Got the enemies here. So we've got 41 unpainted enemies. That's some reference cards. We've got the decks of cards, map tokens, scenario tokens, pool markers. So we have hero silhouettes, and we have enemy silhouettes. So these are what the miniatures look like there, at least top down. All right, so we're going to talk about setting up the pools, choosing your heroes, preparing the Stone of Destiny, preparing the enemy watch zone. I understand that this is a fairly detailed game, that it is not just a game you're going to jump right into and start playing right out of the box, which does not make it a bad thing. I like games that have a lot of detail to it. So we got wound cards. Okay. So that's what vasectomy. You got a wound, vasectomy wound. Okay. The round. So we got a hero phase and enemy phase. The Stone of Destiny. Talking about our 8 actions. So it looks like we've got little holes on that. I wonder if you take your hero, because it said you got a hero peg. Maybe you put your hero into the little peg into the holes to show what you're doing. So we've got hero movements, terrain, hero attacks, enemy movement, enemy attacks, I'm assuming. There we go. Looks like we've got some clarifications in some of these boxes here. Victim miniatures. Jeez. Got some variants, harder variants, adventurer variants for an easier game. And we get a gameplay example, as well as one of the heroes painted up. That's kind of cool. So all told, we're looking at, if we take the example of play out, about 33 pages of rules. And then we've got some additions for the revised edition. Talking about curse cards facing, scenario pack, a 7th hero, 2 new maps, some FAQs. That's cool. And then on the back, we've got, it's like a player aid. Cool. Nice. All right. Next up, let's take a look at these punch boards. Just some, looks like some informational markers. I guess these were for the pools. That's what we saw before. Nice thick cardstock. Dual-sided as well. So we've got that. We've got the sheet of stickers, and then we've got this, it's a save sheet. Aha. So if you're probably playing through a campaign, so here we've got this rondel, and I could have swore it looked like we've got something to probably hold this in place. Maybe this goes someplace else because we have the numbers there. I would think probably need to see those numbers. So we got this, and then we also have this. So you'll notice we've got holes punched in it. I gotta be honest, I really do think that your hero peg is going to be placed into this. So I'm taking a guess, because here, the artwork looks like that's a hero. Taking a guess, this is for the players, this is for the heroes, this might be for the enemies. That's going to be my guess here. Oh, I see. This punches out. It's a little punch out so you can see the number here. All right, so those are them. Let's take a peek at the scenario cards, because that could be pretty interesting. And this box has actually got some heft to it as well. So it says 20 scenarios at the edge of survival. Will you find the means to keep your heroes alive and kill the demon? All right, come on. There is also an expansion that I also received. I'm going to take a look at that separately, though. Okay, so let's just take a peek at this. So it looks like maybe these are some tracking sheets for us. For cultist insectoids, here lies the adventurer who didn't learn his markers. Got symbols as well. Talking about trading. Are these the heroes? I'm going to take a guess. I think those are the heroes. More insectoids. Yeah, these are our heroes. And that's in English. And that looks like that is Spanish or Portuguese. So we've got, there's the 7th hero that's from the revised edition, who is an elf. So looks like we've got some magic user types. Looks like we've got some rogue types. Standard kind of fighters. A couple of these. That's a halfling. Okay. Cool. So then it looks like we get into these adventure sheets. That's kind of wild. So first one says Infested. Says recommended for play with adventurer stats for an easier game. You'll need the extra guard miniatures provided in the Hideout expansion, which is the other expansion that we have. If you don't have the expansion, use substitute figures. It just gives you special rules, tells you what the setup is, and what map you're using. Kind of cool. And I think you're supposed to start from here. That's why these are numbered. But I think these might have been added in. Like this one at 32 as kind of an introductory scenario. That's kind of cool. I like that. Final countdown. The final countdown. Yeah, okay. Nice. So, looks like a lot of replayability built into this game. I'll tell you that much. Let's put these goodies back into here. Next, we'll take a look at some of the boards. Because they actually look like they're fairly large game boards. All right, come on, get in there. All right, so that was the scenario sheets. So let's take a look at these boards. Yeah, they are pretty large. So this is the guard chamber map. Okay, they're not massive. That's cool. So we've got the guard chamber. Flip it on over. Yep, I figured it'd be dual-sided. There's the Abyssal Rift. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so there we go with that. We have, it looks like small nest. Yep, there we go. So here's a small nest. I like the artwork. Then here we have the sacrificial chamber. Nice. Looks like we've got 5 of these, so I think we've got 10 maps overall. The lavatory? Okay. I think that would be the first time I've encountered a fantasy game that has a lavatory board. And then here we've got, just doesn't say anything. It just says 8. This looks like some sort of temple. I think it's some sort of a temple here. All right, we got 2 more of these. So we've got, this is number 1. This is the entrance. On that side, all right, come on. And then we had a rubble room. It's where Barney hangs out. I know. Not all that funny. And then we have, it just looks like this says map 3. I don't think we've got a title for it. Maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. The Pet Laboratory, which is the map that you would use for that introductory adventure, the easy one that I was just looking at here. And, oops, I should have showed you the back. Sorry about that. Some sort of a layer. All right. What kind of layer is it? The Summoner's Lair. So all in all, there are 5 of these, 10 maps all together. We also have a bunch of cards and the various different miniatures. So what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to zoom in so we can get a better look. All right, so that is as close as I can possibly get. And I do apologize. The camera's actually kind of high up. So I think I bumped the microphone with my sweatshirt. So I apologize if there was some sort of like rubbing noise there. So let's see what we've got. Let me grab my hobby knife. We'll just take a peek to get an idea of what these cards are. We're not going to look at everything because I know a lot of people are probably very interested in what do these miniatures look like. So the The story continues. Perdition's Mouth, Soul Spire. Okay. So we've got this deck of cards. So that's a soft spot. Add a victim. Oh, I'm sorry. Aid a victim to add a token to this card. Deadly Poison. Let's see. So this is all, that is part of one deck here. Part of another deck. I'm going to take a peek at all the cards that are this size, because sometimes you'll see decks, they're not correlated into one deck. So for an example, like open one of these up and it's all that kind of card. That's not usually the case. So of course now they say that, watch, that will be the case. Okay, so those are all these. We got another smaller deck. Oh, come on. Jeez. Aha. There we go. What does that say here? A special treasure, not part of the treasure deck. Maybe this is the treasure deck here. We still have one more here. It's quite a lot of cards. There's the vasectomy card again. Jeez. All righty then. All right, so these are all this type. I would take a stab in the dark that based on what adventure you're playing, you're probably going to seed these decks. That would be my guess. So let's just take a peek at some of this. So we've got Fireball. Kill Forth Gloom. There's that vasectomy. Calf Wound. So these are wounds. So these are wound cards. Smashed Tendons. Eye Wound. Gaping Wound. Pulped Hand. I see we've also got, oh my gosh, leg amputation. Jeez. These are all wounds? Wow, they are. Okay, there we go. Hang on. So we got the Fireball. Is this a spell too? No, I don't think so. It's an infestation. It says if you ever have 2 infestation cards in your hand, you immediately die and an enemy spawns in your square. Oh, thanks a lot. This is not supposed to be an easy game to win. I like that. I like games that are not just, handing everything over. Okay, so we've got some kind of odd artwork here. Okay. Of course, looking at some of these cards, like, I have no idea what they do. Looks like some of these are spells. Some of this is good, some of this is bad. So Heart Strike, kill an adjacent enemy that's already been attacked by someone else this turn. Shiny Troubles. Speed Bash. Wow, there's loads of stuff in this. Okay, so that's a lot of different things that are in this deck here. Now let's see what the Perdition's Mouth. I think this is treasure. Yeah, it is. Amulet of Cleansing, Amulet of the True God, Bear Trap, Mercurium Boots, Fireball Trap, Gloves of Transmutation. I like the artwork. Artwork's cool. Golden Worm Suit, or Worm Suit, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Temple God's Plate Mail. So there's a good number of treasures in here. So that's nice. Nothing. I got candy. I got gum. I got a rock. Nothing. Just that. Out of frustration and anger, your resolve is temporarily shaken. That's funny. I like that. Okay, so that is like the treasure deck. So we've also got a couple of small decks. We'll take a look at those real quick, and then we're going to dive into these minis. So Darwining, which we see a little ad for here, looks like a sort of a card game where you're creating species. Kind of like, dominant species along the lines of games like Oceans. So, I don't know. We will be taking a look at that very shortly. So here's just a little, there you go. Evolve your species, fight for food, compete for the top of the food chain. Okay, so we've got some different cards here. Looks like this is all one deck. Yeah, it's all one deck there. And then on the back of this, got another little ad for Mindscape Publishing. All right, I just cut through that. What's going on here? It's like, come on. Oh, my hobby knife is getting kind of dull. All right, there we go. Another little ad, Gloom of Kilforth, the Fantasy Quest game. In 1066. A history card game. Cool. And just basically, hey, is something missing? All right, so this is all one deck. Let's see, we've got +3s, +4s, +6. We've seen that image before. Seen that one too. You'll notice there's no dice. I haven't seen any dice. Looks like we've got some people being tortured by the minions of the demon. Let's see what we got here. It's like kind of the same thing. 0 +2s, -1s. Oh, now we get some negatives. 0s, +1s, +2s. I think that'll probably be it. +2s, right? It's kind of cool artwork on all of these. Okay, so those are all the decks of cards. And then, of course, we got these little tokens. And we've got this piece here that we're going to put that rondelle together. So let's start looking at these minis. And I am zoomed in as far as I can get. So I will point out it's fairly stiff plastic. So these should paint out nicely without having to treat them like some of those real soft plastic miniatures are, where you just pushing it's like real floppy. So these should be easy to paint up. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool looking monster. It's kind of sort of like a spiderish thing. Give you a better look at these. We've got a couple in here. I would not be surprised if some of these may have been like Kickstarter exclusive miniatures. Oh, wow, that's pretty wild. That's a pretty wild looking creature with its mouth open. Kind of like skittering along the ground. I do like how we see the bases have some sculpting done to them. So that's pretty nice. Some sort of I wonder if this is the big bad. Although I would think this guy's bigger. He'd be the bigger bad. Nice. Hopefully you're getting enough of the detail here with these. Then we've got a packet here. It's look like these are all the same. Let's get this opened up here. So far we got 4 miniatures. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to kind of try to keep track of how many, simply because, as I mentioned, I wonder if some of these were Kickstarter exclusives that maybe aren't counted in the number in the rule book. Okay, so these are all identical. So we've got 5 of these. Take a closer look. These are really nice and creepy looking. And once again, you can see there is some detailing on the base. I like that. Okay, so we've got 5 of these things. I think these are the heroes. We'll save the heroes for last. Let's see what we've got in here. Looks like we've got a variety of different things. Although, looks like some of them, we've already seen this one. This is something new. It's a little kind of scorpion-ish kind of creature. It's got a few of those. Looks like we've got cultists, maybe? Looks like that's kind of like a blowgun. See, now that looks like that got bent a little bit. Once again, as I mentioned, it's pretty solid plastic there. I guess that's what it should look like. Something like that. But it's not like a resin or anything like that. Okay, so we've got a different kind of cultist here. Is it carrying like an incense box or something? Okay, so got some more of the various different cultists. Dump some of this stuff out here. Another cultist. Okay, here's something new. Some kind of, almost looks like this is some sort of a trap. Oh, maybe not. Kind of weird, like slug sort of thing. Okay. I got more of these. More of those. Some more of that. More cultists. Just looking to see what else we have that might have like unique sculpts to them. Looks like we've seen all of these before because I've got all of these. And then we have these again. So this is not the big bad because we've got 6 all told of this demonic looking creature here. So I'm going to take a stab in the dark. This is our big bad because there was only one. There's only one of these. So I think this is our big bad. I think this is our big demon at the end of the adventure. After all, like 20-some scenarios. All right, so this is where we've got heroes. So it looks like we've got some shields. Oh, these are the hero. I bet you these are the hero. Whoops. There's nothing on that one. Is this supposed to snap together? I don't think so. Okay. I think these are the hero pegs. And yeah, I've got the rondelle buried. So there are 7? Yep, there are 7 of these shields. And I bet you that's what the stickers are for. You're supposed to put the stickers on here. Each of the heroes has a unique symbol. It looks like we've got 7 more of these. which don't have any sort of peg sticking out of them. So we've got all of those. So let's take a look. These are our heroes now. Looks like we've got 7. So we've got this kind of almost Roman looking hero here, especially with that shield type. Give you a good look at that. Good peek at that one there. So then we have this other one here. It's like another fighter type, the big warhammer. I think that's supposed to be a female character. I'm not positive though. I think it is, because you also have the long flowing hair there. Now I think this character's along the lines of like a mage's apprentice or something like that. Or maybe a hybrid, kind of like rogue magic user type. So I could have swore I saw something with cantrips for this character. Then we've got a dwarf with some sort of like chainsaw contraption. That's pretty wild. It's powered by steam, no doubt. Okay, so here we've got. Now this looks like this is probably some sort of like a rogue character as well. And I'm going to take a stab. This is a magic user here. I think this character is our 7th hero. I think that's the 7th hero, the bonus hero. So I believe this is probably a magic user of some type. And then this is the halfling that we saw. He's carrying this big book. A big tome. All right. So those are all the minis that are in Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift. So let's swing back over to the other camera, because I am going to have a review of Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift in the very near future. Looks pretty interesting. I got to say, definitely like the sculpts on the miniatures. So we are going to dive in, take a peek at that. Of course, I will not only have a review, I will also share a bit about how to play once we get it to the table, and run it through its paces at least 3 times. That is pretty much my policy with our reviews for board games, card games, and whatnot here at the Gaming Gang. All right, once again, Perdition's Mouth, Abyssal Rift is from Dragon Dawn Productions. It is available now, and it does carry an MSRP of approximately $150. Of course, that's going to depend on the exchange rate. So that's it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, don't forget, ding that bell, because not only will it let you know when I upload videos such as this unboxing, it'll also let you know when I stream The Dispatch live right here on YouTube Monday through Thursday nights, as I bring you the latest in tabletop gaming news. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Of course, as I wrap up all of my videos during this never-ending pandemic, I really do hope all of you out there are being smart and staying safe. Oh, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, if you'd like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, by all means, click right here. And if you'd like to check out one of our recent live streams, click right up top. And if you want to roll the dice and see what the algorithm for YouTube recommends, click right here. And of course, thank you once again for watching. And gang, please stay safe and wear a mask.